Billy Casper lived a tragic life that ended when he died at 83 from a heart attack in his Utah home. But here's what they never told you about this quiet golf legend. While the media made fun of his weird diet and called him names, they missed the real story of one of golf's greatest players. On February 7th, 2015, Billy Casper passed away peacefully in Springville, Utah. His wife Shirley was right there with him after 62 years of marriage. He had been sick for about a year before he died. His heart was giving him trouble, and he even had pneumonia. The year before, he passed out at the Masters tournament. But even in his final days, people still talked about the wrong things. They focused on his strange diet instead of his amazing golf career. They called him Buffalo Bill because he ate weird meat like bear and hippo. The media loved to make jokes about what he ate, but they ignored his incredible record on the golf course. Here's the truth about his diet that nobody understood. In 1964, a doctor told Billy he had serious allergies. These weren't just sniffles. His allergies messed with his eyes, muscles, and sleep. He couldn't perform at his best because his body was fighting against common foods. Before the diet, Billy weighed over 200 pounds and felt terrible all the time. He ate junk food like candy bars and ice cream to deal with stress. The doctor found out he was allergic to eggs, wheat, chocolate, chicken, apples. So Billy did something extreme. He started eating buffalo, bear, hippopotamus, elk, and rabbit. He also ate organic vegetables and special fruits. The rule was simple: never eat the same food more than once every 3 or 4 days. This stopped new allergies from forming. The results were amazing. Billy lost over 50 pounds but ate 3 times more food than before. His body changed from what people called blimp-like to bean-shaped. This wasn't a weird stunt. This was a man trying to save his career and his health. But instead of praising his dedication, people made fun of him. While everyone laughed at his diet, Billy was busy becoming one of golf's all-time greats. He won 51 PGA Tour events, which puts him 7th on the all-time list. He won at least one tournament for 16 straight years from 1956 to 1971. Only Arnold Palmer and Jack Nicklaus had longer streaks. Billy won 3 major championships. He took the U.S. Open in 1959 and 1966, plus the Masters in 1970. The 1966 U.S. Open was special because he came back from 3 shots down to beat Arnold Palmer in a playoff. Billy shot 69 while Palmer shot 73. It was a huge statement win against one of golf's biggest stars. His 1970 Masters win was also a playoff victory. He beat his old friend Gene Littler 69-74. Billy had been competing against Gene since they were kids growing up in San Diego. Billy wasn't just good at winning tournaments. He was the PGA Tour money leader in 1966 and 1968. He won the PGA Player of the Year award twice. He earned the Varden Trophy for lowest scoring average 5 different times. On the Ryder Cup team, Billy was a legend. He played for America 8 times between 1961 and 1975, which was a record at the time. He earned 23.5 points for Team USA, which is still the American record today. In 1979, he was the team captain and led his players to victory. Between 1965 and 1970, Billy was actually better than the famous Big Three of Palmer, Nicklaus, and Gary Player. During those 5 years, Billy won 27 tournaments. That was 2 more than Nicklaus and 6 more than Palmer and Player combined. Yet people still didn't give him credit. In 1988, the PGA Tour ranked Billy as the 4th greatest competitor in history. He was tied with Ben Hogan, behind only Sam Snead, Jack Nicklaus, and Arnold Palmer. His lifetime winning percentage was 9.2%, which ranked 3rd in the modern era behind only Nicklaus and Tiger Woods. Billy's playing style was totally different from his rivals. He wasn't the longest hitter like Palmer or Nicklaus. Instead, he was a master strategist who relied on his short game and putting. People called his putting stroke the finest in golf history. He developed this skill by practicing in the dark after golf courses closed when he was a kid. At the 1959 U.S. Open at Winged Foot, Billy showed his smart approach. There was a tough par 3 hole that measured 217 yards. Instead of trying to be a hero, Billy laid up in front of the green all 4 rounds. Other players criticized this safe strategy, but Billy won the tournament. Billy was famous for saying he aimed his shots to leave himself 150 yards to the pin. From that distance, he was pretty handy with his 7-iron. He mapped out every course this way, always putting himself in the best position to score. He also claimed he was never nervous on a golf course, which showed incredible mental strength. This strategic genius wasn't flashy, but it worked. Billy understood he couldn't overpower the course like some players, so he outthought everyone instead. His self-contained style relied on solid technique, determination, and focus rather than big shots that excited crowds. Billy was also known for his unique personality. He had a quick wit and made clever jokes. even about serious things. When doctors told him there was no cure for his disease later in life, he joked it was like the yips in golf. He loved teasing his friends but was a good sport when they teased him back. Sometimes his humor made people uncomfortable because he would point out their weaknesses. He told one doctor that he played too much golf to be great at medicine. Billy had an ass-backward way of looking at the world, but was never uncomfortable being himself. Despite his sharp tongue, everyone knew Billy had the biggest heart on tour. He was a master storyteller who gave people his full attention and made them feel special. He didn't like talking about his golf success. He preferred to discuss his family, church, and charity work. In early 1966, right at the peak of his golf career, Billy converted to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This decision changed his life completely. He became deeply religious and gave hundreds of church talks around the country. His faith was so important that after winning the 1966 U.S. Open, Billy skipped the British Open. Instead, he stayed home to host an LDS tournament in Salt Lake City. He chose his religious commitment over another chance at a major championship. Billy married Shirley in 1952, and they built an amazing family together. They had 5 biological children and adopted 6 more. They also raised several other kids as foster children. By the time Billy died, his family had grown to 80 members with 4 more on the way. Billy was haunted for decades by one moment from the 1966 U.S. Open. During his comeback against Arnold Palmer, he told Palmer, "Go ahead, Arnold, while you're hot." Billy felt terrible about this comment for years and eventually apologized to Palmer, which gave him great relief. After his main golf career ended, Billy played on the Senior PGA Tour and won 9 more tournaments plus 2 senior majors. He was inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame in 1978. He also started Billy Casper Golf, which became the second largest golf course operator in America. In 1992, he and Shirley started the Billy Casper Youth Foundation. Their charity has raised over $3 million for children's causes. Billy visited wounded soldiers, children's hospitals, and drug treatment centers. One powerful story shows Billy's impact. In 1968, he visited a badly wounded Marine named Cleve McClary in a Japanese hospital. Billy told him, "God could use you today. Don't give up." These words inspired McClary to keep fighting for his life. Billy also became friends with King Hassan II of Morocco in 1969, which opened diplomatic doors for years. He truly became a global ambassador for golf and goodwill. In 2010, Billy received the PGA of America's Distinguished Service Award. This recognized not just his golf achievements, but his lifetime of service to others. So why was Billy Casper called underrated despite all these accomplishments? The answer is simple. He didn't fit the typical superstar mold. He wasn't flashy or loud like Palmer. He didn't seek attention or try to build a media following. He was quiet, focused, and more interested in his family and faith than fame. The media preferred colorful personalities and exciting stories. Billy's strategic golf style wasn't as thrilling to watch as Palmer's aggressive approach or Nicklaus's power game. His conversion to an uncommon religion and his strange diet made him seem odd rather than great. Billy was comfortable being himself and didn't care about public approval. He let his golf record speak for itself while focusing on what really mattered to him: his wife, children, faith, and helping others. In the end, Billy Casper proved that greatness comes in many forms. You don't have to be the loudest or most famous to be truly great. Sometimes the quiet champions who stay true to themselves make the biggest impact of all. Billy Casper was exactly that kind of champion.